ready to get hooked up.
Oh, really?
I know.
So many good. There were so many good lines.
I blinked. I totally freaking failed on that one. I know. I was trying to look for a line and I just panicked. I know. I totally messed that. Yeah. Disappointed. Let's start over. I'm just kidding. Oh man. Yeah, I know. I should have said one of the lines was like, "I'm stronger than I look." I could have said that or something. That's a good
I like
line.
the ones like, "I can't wait to wipe it off his face."
Yeah.
Or you could just follow him and see where he goes.
Yes.
Yeah,
that's also a good one too. Oh, I know. I failed. I don't know. Yeah, long day it's been today. But hey, guys, welcome to DC Fan-imated. Here we are live talking about Batman Beyond, and we got this. We got a new episode, and we got a certain villain that's going to be doing some spellbinding.
I was just waiting. I was like, he's going there. He's going there. I could see that coming like a mile away. I was just like, just get to it, Dave. Just get to it.
Okay. Yeah. So we got an episode. Yeah, that it's called Hooked Up, and it's interesting because I kept on thinking it was called Hooked In. I don't know. It was like I couldn't get that. I was like, I don't know why. Well, I mean, I get why because literally you're hooked.
Jacked into the. You jacked it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. This was an episode that I remembered when it started.
Yes.
I didn't know where it was going.
Yes. I'm with you on that because when it started, I was like, oh yeah, terrible concert. And then, yeah, it's not real. And I was like, I remember this, and then I'm like going, I have no idea how it ends.
Okay, yeah, we'll get to that because I have thoughts about how it ends, by the way.
Yes.
But I didn't quite lock in on this episode until Wendell's VR dream experience, whatever we want to call that. The glowing, him floating in the glowing bubble, that made my brain go, oh yeah, okay, yeah. We talked about last week how I already knew what the plot synopsis was, and I knew it was Spellbinder.
Yeah.
But there was something I've talked about this. Like, we've been doing this show for almost 4 years now, and I always talk to you about how sometimes there's always like a visual cue in the episode that like my brain goes, that image. I remember that image, and it was the
floating and
floating in the bubble. Like that was what me go this episode. Okay, yes. But then when that concert started, I was like,
yeah, no. At first you go, wait, this is terrible. Why is he singing terribly? And then it hit me. I'm like, oh yeah, because it's not real. Literally, just jumping off right into the episode, you see this concert from good old Donnie, who's just playing a concert in front of, thousands and thousands of people rocking out. But when he sings, you're going, wow, he can't sing. No. And that's where it clicked with me. I'm like, oh yeah, simulation. This is a simulation. This is not real. And then even afterwards, he acts like a little prick when it comes to I just want to get off stage, and he's ignoring his fans. And then he walks up to his limo, and there's 3 hot women in there, and it's like, oh, but then all of a sudden, that's where the simulation,
glitches out on him. Yeah,
yeah. Which that's like waking up from one of those really good dreams.
Because you always wake up at the really inconvenient part.
Yeah, it's like, oh, it's about to. Oh shit! Oh man! So that's what basically happens to Donnie right here, and then it's a full on simulation. And then of course he wants to get back in. Of course, why wouldn't you? It's like you want to fall back asleep.
Okay. Here's the thing about this episode. I'm gonna go because you've already said it, and like it goes big picture for me. When this episode was produced in 1999, it's so on the nose a drug addiction story, which is funny because it's like we've had a lot of drug addiction metaphors this season. Have you noticed that? Like,
that's very true.
We talked about, I mean, we went over it with the episode
Splicers
with Splicers.
Kind of yeah.
We did it with the Venom, with the slappers.
Yes. Yeah, the slappers. Yeah.
there was something else this season we talked about, because I remember bringing up that weird drug that Dare like cartoon that had like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and all the other CBS Saturday morning cartoons characters on it. It's been weird as there's been a lot of these kind of things. This one goes really hard on the drug addiction.
Without a drug, technically.
Okay, but here's my point though. We've talked on specifically during our Batman Beyond era of DC Fan-imated about how, as a sci-fi series, we've talked about how traditionally science fiction has always been one of those genres that seems to unwittingly or maybe prophetically predict the future.
Yeah.
And we've talked about how
I see where you're going with this.
So, and I kind of leaned into it with my retweet of your post.
Yes, screen time.
Like,
yes.
as a former teacher,
yeah,
and then as a parent of 3 boys, I have experienced this like full. Like, I have watched my own children after I've let them be on their iPads or their Switches for too long. Like, you see the mood swing. Like, you see the, I need to beat your butt because I need to snap you out of whatever this is. Like, it's weird because screen time, computers, phones, scientifically have been proven to have a drug-like effect on your brain.
Well, we have to remember that our bodies are fucking complex. And that's what I really liked about this episode, is that it's like, it's not that they're given a drug. It's like, it's giving the human being something where the body produces the drug.
But it's a serotonin.
Serotonin.
Yeah, because they're happy.
Yes,
it's like what scientists have said is like. And here's a question for for the viewers. Like, have you ever heard that notification sound on your phone, and like you just have you just have to, because there's actually a dopamine hit you get when you hear that ding, or that whichever app makes whatever sound. Because like, it's so sad that like, I know when I hear a sound, I know which app just gave me a notification, because they all have like certain sounds. And it's because you've gotten a dopamine rush.
Yes.
And so this episode, while back in 99 would have been just a straight up cyberpunk sci-fi metaphor for drug addiction, it's actually come true in our world now. And I got this weird feeling watching it. Like, we've done it again, Dave. We've watched another episode that 26 years later has a completely different meaning and a completely different level to us watching it now than it did when we were teenagers and watching it.
It's weird. It's weird. Like, and that's what's so cool about revisiting some of this, because back then it was like, oh yeah, it's kind of like, oh, it's a drug, it's an addiction. They even say that. But then like, even when I saw your retweet, I was like, yep, that was exactly what I was thinking too. I'm like, there's no drug. It's not like he's pumping in, Spellbinder's pumping in like something extra to like make the experience more. No, he's just, hey, here's a simulation of what you actually want in reality. And it's giving you that serotonin. It's giving you a dopamine, and it's so funny too, because I mean, when you hear about all that stuff, and when you get too much of that, too much stimulation, and I'm bad with it too. I don't know how many times where like, sometimes I get frustrated with like when I'm working on something, and then immediately what do? I go right to my Twitter feed just to start scrolling just to like, and because I'm trying to get that dopamine hit where I'm like, because I'm frustrated, so I need to get something where like, oh, maybe I'll find something that'll, and it sucks because sometimes I'll have to be like, no, don't do that. No, stay, figure this out, get it done. And then it's funny because if I do that, then like figure out what I needed to figure out, then I get kind of like another hit of, hey, I did it, sweet. But it's a much healthier thing.
Right. There's an
Yeah.
actual accomplishment
Yeah.
there. It's like what people talk about, when they're particularly going after teenagers and social media, and the idea of like the likes and the like how many likes did I get? And I'm just as guilty.
Yeah.
How many times have I looked at a post and I'm like, oh damn, that blew up, and
Yes.
like and it, there's this feeling you get. But then imagine what Spellbinder is doing to these kids, which
Yeah.
is putting them in a fully immersive virtual reality experience that is literally tailor-made by them. It's not like Spellbinder is programming the VR with what they're watching. The children, the teenagers in the VR machine are self-programming.
Yeah.
They are generating what it is they're seeing. Spellbinder doesn't give a shit what they see.
Yeah.
As long as he knows that whatever it is tapping into whatever they have a psychological need for, and it is feeding it to them in a very candy-coated, unhealthy way, because it's giving them whatever they want. They're being spoiled in this
Yes.
virtual world,
Yeah.
and that spoiling is fucking with their brains.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's what we see right off the bat with Donnie. And then, and then when like you see him, like, the fact that he wants more, no, put me back in kind of thing. And then when we cut to, of course, Terry, who's at work, or not work, school.
Cool.
Yeah,
He's 17, man. He's 17.
Hey, school could be work. But,
Yeah.
And then, of course, Max wakes him up because, he's had a long night. And, of course, obviously we know that Max knows why he had a long night. And she suggests, that, hey, why can't I go out with help you and stuff? So she's kind of like starting to go, because, again, I mean, it was almost like a subtle thing of Max needs more fulfillment in her life. It's kind of setting up what happens in this episode with her, that she's like, hey, why can't I just go and out?
Okay, because we call them the Bat family.
Yeah.
And what we learned is she wants a family.
Yes. There you go.
She needs to belong somewhere.
We don't know Max's like backstory or who her family is. So not yet, at least. And so, so they already were kind of hinting when it comes to Max's character on here. And then of course we see Donnie, who's just going around asking for credits. And we always get the douchebag businessman, get a job, even though, he's not really being a douchebag. He's actually just telling him what he should do.
I mean, it's like, he said it in a douchey way, but he's not wrong.
And then of course Donnie was not too happy and attacks him, but that's what happens, I guess. And then of course we cut to Terry asking Bruce about Max, and then this exchange.
I love this exchange. This exchange is great
because he's all talking about, and then like Bruce is like, you want her to like join more? Absolutely not. And he's like, no, I know that, but how do I tell her that she, what do I do? And then Bruce is like, okay, I see.
I like over my debate. No, dude, listen, I agree with you. Okay.
I don't want her to know more, but she keeps on hounding me to be more involved here, buddy. What do I say?
And then I love how Bruce is like, you're asking me for advice of how to handle women. And Terry goes, fair point. You're right.
Yeah. See, another great exchange between Bruce and Terry, right?
But once again, it's because as this season has gone on, there's still that mutual, like, there's more of that respect. It's like Bruce is ready to lay into him, and Terry's like, no, dude, you and me. Same.
Yes. I get it, but give me, but I need some, but then it was, a good response from Bruce right there. And then, of course, he sees Donnie taking some lady's purse, and then of course goes down and intervenes, and that's where he gives like, yeah, you can try to, but I'm stronger than I look. Which is funny. It was just kind of like, I don't know. I wrote that line down because I was like, that's kind of funny because, yeah, of course he is. Because he's wearing a goddamn suit.
Bat suit. Yeah, exactly.
And of course, Donnie like trying to get away and and then he like falls off the edge and like tries to grab the railing. And then, of course, Batman swoops down, grabs him. But then, of course, more, it's always funny when you have those scenes where the dorky dude is trying to get away and accidentally gets away by accidentally pulling a lever, something like that. Basically, just like when it comes to a truck, the cargo, whatever, like the back part of the truck, he hits the lever.
It's called a trailer. It's
the trailer. Yeah, I guess you could say that. Okay, so I was
you
probably a specific
name. What do you mean? What do you mean? This is part of my job.
Like,
it's actually what it's called.
But I was like, I thought there was like a different name for that. I couldn't trailer.
No, actually, no. The actual technical, it's the trailer. Yes.
Okay. For some reason, I thought there was like a different name for that. The cargo box. I don't know.
Well, there are different there's different kinds of trailers.
True.
But there's flatbed, there's reavers, but no,
it's just
it's just a trailer, man. Okay. It's just a trailer.
Because when I think of trailer, I think of like, oh, you're dragging like a trailer, like I
get it. I get it.
That's the thing. Yeah, when I think trailer, I think that.
Yeah, but speak to the professional here.
Yes, I know. Yeah, you were gonna graduate there. I just thought there was something else. Like, wow, is it called something else? And I was like, cargo, fucking, I don't know, something. It's got cargo in it, right? It's got cargo in it, but I wasn't like too sure. All right, trailer. Well.
I gotta bust your ass. I gotta bust your chops, man.
No, I love it. I love it.
It's our dynamic, man. I bust your chops. We move on.
No, so that happens, and then of course that's just a way of, and then of course Terry has to do almost like a Spider-Man thing where he just like hooks up to like I don't know what he hooks up to on this side, but he grabs the trailer and then make sure that he he kind of does the Spider-Man like, oh yeah, two, and it's like, oh yeah, kind of look like that a little bit, but not really.
Oh yeah, where you're holding on to the cable with one thing and you're holding the big heavy thing with the other.
To stop it, he basically does that to stop it, and he's suspended in the air, because of that. So of course he stops, prevents a crazy crash, I guess you could say, by doing that, which is good. And then of course Donnie gets away, and let's see. And then, of course, Donnie returns, and that's where we finally see full-on
Spellbinder. Right. It's like we all know it's Spellbinder, but this is like the reveal that it's Spellbinder. Because it's another one of those situations that when we're as old as we are when we're watching this episode, even though we don't see him at the beginning, we hear his voice. And it's like, oh, Spellbinder's voice.
Yeah.
But to be fair, this is only Spellbinder's second appearance. He literally showed up once in season 1, and now he's showing up now in season 2. So
what was that episode called?
Can't
remember.
Spellbound. It's actually called Spellbound. Yeah. I remember because I gave you shit because you didn't know who the villain was.
Yeah.
And I was just like, it's okay, man. I got
literally right there. Yeah. Oh, you gotta love it, right? But
giving you shit, absolutely. I love it.
I know you do. See, that's where you get your serotonin.
Oh yeah, that's my dopamine hit. How much can I shame and embarrass Dave on a weekly basis?
Exactly. But so this is where we kind of see, we see the other teenagers that are in that little bubble thing, and we get and then we get inside this girl who's just on a carriage ride. It's so random because you watch it and you're like, what is happening here? And she's on a date with her manager at like a
Dairy Queen-esque,
something like that. Like
which, by the way, the voice of the manager, Wendell, it's Michael Rosenbaum.
Oh my God, he's there again?
He's there again. Just that little cameo. It's great. I was just sitting there going, I was sitting there listening, and I was just like, that's Michael Rosenbaum. wait a minute, it is. And then I was like, does he show up later in the episode? Nope, he's just there as
That's
Wendell.
it.
It's
That's
this
it.
one little thing.
But yeah, it's like, and he's wearing the uniform while he's in the carriage, so it's like really weird. And then of course they're confessing that and then he proposes to her, and then she has like an overdose of like serotonin where she just like drools and just like, like, so we're kind of getting a sense of like, oh yeah, you get that overstimulation.
She almost like foams at the mouth almost.
Yeah.
And you see Spellbinder like, fuck it, lost in,
Yeah, get rid of her, dump her up somewhere. Let's find somebody else. You guys need to find, because he just starts turning off all their, all the little bubble things, and he's just basically like, yeah, get rid of her and let's start trying to recruit somebody else. And yeah, it's just, god damn, it's so crazy to do that. So much serotonin.
Yeah, and it's kind of weird though, because I knew they weren't gonna. No, if this was like a PG-13 movie, she would be dead. Like it would, like, because she almost looked like she was like she bit the dust there. They had to make sure to say, oh yes, she's in a coma. You see her breathing, because no. If this was a movie that was just slightly, I mean, like, it would have been probably more like, the blood dripping out of the nostril. And and they'd be dead. That they wouldn't just be, because they had to set up the happy ending where they can figure out how to, fix them all at the end. But there was a moment where I was like, okay, this got dark real fast.
It did. So yeah, it really did get dark. Oh man. And then of course, Bruce and Terry talk about like trying to find obviously when it comes to this, is this where like no, this is
when the Bat Cave, and this is when Bruce is showing him all the runaways.
That's right.
Because she was a runaway, and Bruce is like, hey, you mentioned Donnie was a runaway. That's what got me thinking. Which, once again, another great moment where they were like, Bruce gives Terry credit. He's like, hey, you said this. That made me connect. That information made me connect these dots. So once again, there's that sense of, teamwork between the two. If we're continuing this sort of season 2 trend of Terry and Bruce being, partners rather than, boss and errand boy.
Yeah. No, yeah, he does that. It's a quick little scene. And then, of course, the next scene we get to is Max and Terry walking up to Donnie's parents' house, or parents' apartment, which is, obviously not the best location.
It's a shithole is what
it is. It's a shithole. The door is open. They didn't even lock the door. It's just open. And it's all, of course, creepy. You walk in, and then, of course, they show up. And, of course, you got the dickhead fucking father. And then you got the mother, the concerned mother, who's just being ordered by the guy, get back in the kitchen, kind of thing. And of course, she's like, "Is Donnie okay?" Kind of thing.
Like she's still, you've got that. It's kind of a cliche kind of stereotype, but you've got like the mother who's still concerned, but the father who's like, "Fuck him."
Yeah. He ran away. And he's wearing he's wearing his work shirt, you can tell he's like a mechanic or some kind of, he's a
blue collar work.
Yeah. He's a blue collar worker. You could tell he probably drinks.
He's got the male pattern baldness, but with like the party in the back,
Yeah. And he's just a big,
it's a big giant walking stereotype, really.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. So, and then, at least what they found in the place when they went, at least when they went into Donnie's room is, he did have a credit card, and they were able to act when they got out of that. Of course, Max has a nifty little machine where she could see where
all the transaction history,
transaction. It's all in this V-Room arcade thing that she knows about. So it's like, okay,
I love Terry going room.
Yeah.
And Max going VR room.
Yes.
I mean, who of us have not looked at a credit card statement and looked at the names of things? And
gone, what the hell is that? But it's funny because it just shows you that even Terry's out of touch a little bit. He's not not fully jacked into the world,
Right.
which is why he makes a good Batman, I guess you could say. But yeah, so let's see, where are we at now?
Well, they go to the VR. They go to VR room after that.
Yes, they go to the VR room. Well, they go to the arcade that has those, and
right. Yes,
it's not the particular one that Spellbinder is doing it, because this one's just like, oh yeah, it's kind of interesting because it kind of reminds you of like a Lawnmower Man, where in virtual reality, like when they were talking about it, you always had those little, like, you being like you're strapped in and it's like a full-on ball where you can move all around.
I remember back in the day, Dave and Buster's had
something. Oh yeah, they used to have that shit.
Yes.
I never wanted to do it because I get dizzy very easily. Did you ever do it? Did you ever do that?
Not that one at Dave and Buster's, but there was a bowling alley that one of my kids had an arcade themed birthday party at, and they had like the goggles that like you did basically a VR roller coaster. And dude, I'm telling you, it is incredible when you put those goggles on and the way that your brain can be tricked.
Yes.
Is insane, because I'm someone who don't do roller coasters, inertia, and like I'm a guy who gets sick if I come off an off ramp too fast, because that feeling where you're like you feel that
that little dip
thing, and like that makes me like a little bit. So yeah.
No, it's crazy. Like there's been, you can go online and find thousands of videos of people like putting on the goggles and they're so disoriented, and then they fall down or they do something, because obviously, your brain is being tricked. So when you add the level of, okay, well, if you get in something where your body's also being tricked, where it feels like you're immersed in that. You've seen that with, look at like Ready Player One,
yes.
when he straps in and he's on the treadmill and you can move side to side, he's strapped in, and then you can literally just full on move. So you feel like you're totally immersed into the world. So I know that shit's crazy, and that shit's out there, and it's gonna be coming out where people are.
No! My son has a MetaQuest 3. I've put that sucker on. It's also real. Side note: pop yourself some popcorn. Watch someone play a MetaQuest 3. You will laugh your ass.
Oh yeah, totally. It's totally great.
They're like, I love watching my son, because he'll be like, they're going.
Oh yeah, that's right. Like, you can find thousands of videos out there, just people just doing that stuff. It's crazy. And I've dove into that too. I love it when you can actually like have like virtual reality or not virtual reality, but you could like, you put the goggles on, you put like headphones on, and it's like you're in a movie theater. Like you see the seats in front of you, you see the screen, you see the curtains, and it's like you're sitting in a movie theater, and it's pretty awesome. But it's just a little too like, I know it's not real and it's weird, And
I've been trying to convince, it's funny that I'm trying to, convince my 12-year-old to, because, they did an Arkham game for the MetaQuest.
Oh, that's right. They did. Yeah.
Arkham Shadow. And I'm a little scared because I've put that thing on, and like you set, like, instead of having the bubble, you actually like click and set a perimeter.
Yeah.
Because when that thing's on, like literally you could turn left, right, up, down.
Oh yeah.
And it's like, it's generating a completely augmented reality. It is extremely disorienting.
Oh yeah. Like, what my ex, she had one of those too. And I remember I was like, all right, let me try this. And I went on to the roller coaster thing, and it was literally existing like roller coasters that were like in real life. And you're just sitting there clink, 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 and you're just looking to the side. And I'm like going, Jesus. I'm like, everything is like, this is weird. Like how I just turn and it's literally like I'm just turning and looking behind me, looking in front of me, looking to the side. I mean, it's so fucking weird.
But once again, I think about what virtual reality was like just
In
virtual
1999, yeah.
in 1999 or 2000, and then
Yeah.
and now instead of being this big giant apparatus, it's literally just a pair of goggles and like two Joy-Cons that you hold in your hand,
Yeah.
and you can do it in like your own home,
Yeah.
and it's crazy. But once again, but that's what it calls me back to, because like I'm looking at this VR room in this episode, and it's like, oh, this is just a Neo Gotham Dave and Buster's.
Yeah, that's what it is.
But I also like how, because there was a little bit of a storytelling trope here that I like, where we've already seen the technology in action, and then after we've seen it for about half the episode, then we get the brief exposition dump about what it is. I don't know why. As much as someone who hates exposition dumps in narrative, there is something that I will at least appreciate more, that instead of like doing the thing where as soon as you're introduced to it, someone like walks you through and explains everything. It's like, no, let me see it in action first, and then you sort of retroactively explain to me what I've already seen. I don't know. It's a weird thing, but I prefer it as if you have to do the exposition dump, I prefer that I get explained something I've already gotten to. You've already shown it to me, then you tell me about it. I don't know. I
get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. But this is the line I should have opened up with when Terry when he goes, "It seems dangerous," and then Max goes, "Well, if it was so dangerous, why would they let kids do it?"
Yep.
Like,
yeah.
Okay. It kind of makes you go, Jesus Christ. I mean, goddamn.
If there was any line in this episode that made me go,
yeah.
The one where I wish I wore glasses so I could go.
Yep. Go looking down like, yeah, exactly. Oh yeah. It was like, yeah, why? Like they don't. That kids are the fucking guinea pigs. Come on.
And frankly, that's actually been like, not to get conspiratorial, but like that's been proven.
Yeah. Crate training. That's what we kind of try. Get them while they're young. When it comes to things, I tell you, and that's where I was like, "Oh, good line." That's the line I should have fucking opened up the stream with.
Yeah, it did.
I totally choked. The simulation got me. That's what happened. Anyways, so yeah, why would they let kids do it? And then of course, one of the guys that is part of Spellbinder's little, teenage crew walks up and basically is like, hey, kind of just letting Max know that, oh yeah, if you want to experience a different kind of VR, it's so immersive. So they're selling it to her.
Yeah, they're recruiting. That's what they're doing. Yeah,
that's what they were set out to do, because obviously that one girl just totally overdosed on her serotonin. So now they were like, all right, let's find somebody else. Max would be perfect when it comes to that. So that's just, but then it's like, and then Terry of course intervenes when it comes to that, and then it's like, yeah, it sounds dangerous, don't even do it. I mean, and then you see Donnie over there, and he's having serious withdrawals. He's sweating, he's holding his arm like and he's shivering and everything, and
he's got he's got the DTs, he's doing classic stereotype, detoxing right now, and it's ugly.
Yes, but then he makes a mistake, obviously, in his state by mentioning Spellbinder, and then Terry,
dude,
well, he's having withdrawals. He's fucked up. His brain is not working,
and he's a teenager, so he's already,
So you got a combination of just that, dumb and dumb. So it's like, yeah. So then, of course, Terry hears Spellbinder is like, what the fuck? So then, of course, Terry starts fighting them. And, that whole thing happens where it's like, okay, yeah, we're just going to start fight. But then, Max has already been pulled into this whole thing. And then we see.
Well, but willingly, because in her mind, it's like, oh, cool. This is her Robin moment.
Yeah. Like, I'm like, oh, yeah, because like what you're saying is like, in her brain, she's like, well, I'm just I'm digging in deeper. So let me see what this is all about.
I'm going undercover.
Exactly. But side effect, all of a sudden we see Max show up at home. She's got her parents, her little sister, dinner table, and she's just all like, and then they're just like, hey, how did you do on that test? Oh, 100%. Oh, it's so great, dear, and blah, 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 blah. And then you're going, oh, fuck.
Yeah. There's that moment where you go, oh, her family screwed up, huh?
Yeah, it's like, oh yeah, this is too perfect. So god damn it. Yeah, this is not good. And sure enough, and then of course you see Max in the bubble, her eyes are just, she's just in there. And so, but it's just like crazy where you think, oh man, Max does not have a good home life if this is what she's producing.
This is her fantasy.
Yeah, this is her fantasy. Oh, then you start feeling for Max. That's for damn sure. Ugh, just terrible. I mean, just to have your parents love you and have your parents together and appreciate you like that. And it's like, oh boy, yeah, we know that there's something bad right there. So then of course, we see all that. And then of course, we see obviously Spellbinder breaks all that. And then of course, obviously she's going to have to do things for Spellbinder because that's what he's, kind of holding.
This is essentially, the Batman Beyond metaphor for turning tricks. It's go steal money, petty theft to fund Spellbinder. Of course, once again, I'm going to go back to a criticism that I mentioned in Spellbound.
Okay.
Because in Spellbound, I was like, you're a high school psychologist.
Yes.
How the hell did you afford all the technology to become Spellbinder? So I asked the question again. As a fugitive from the law, how the hell did you afford all this technology?
Yeah, they don't quite mention that.
No, they don't.
You know what? Come up with your own conclusion. Maybe he did his little tricks and got people to give him money. Who knows?
I don't know. At least, okay, to not be a total dick about plot A-B connections here. At least they've established already that particular VR technology is a pre-existing technology.
Yes.
Clearly, Spellbinder, through his amazing technological prowess, because he invented all his Spellbinder gear, has modified the technology. But at least we're not jumping, the shark about he built all this VR on his own. He's taking prefabricated, pre-established, pre-existing technology and modifying it for his purposes. So, I'll at least, you get a little bit of a pass, but still, you got a whole setup with like 4 units in a warehouse somewhere with the technology you need to run them. What the hell, man?
Yeah. They don't reveal that. They're like, we'll let you guys figure it out,
He's a supervillain. He has stuff.
Yeah, he's got things. He's got his ways to get those things. But yeah, then of course we see Max breaking into like a car. And it's like obviously Batman shows up and it's like, what the hell are you doing? And then of course this is where we get Max she's already just having that you don't know what it's like people love you in there, and she starts going crazy.
Did you have any? I mean, once again, we're not even to 22 minutes. I checked that we're now to 21 minutes.
It happens a little quick. Yes.
She is addicted
after one time,
one hit.
Yeah.
Now I know, as someone who is not a drug user by any, besides, alcohol and occasional tobacco, I am not a drug user by any, way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
I have heard there are a particular set of drugs here or there that like you can be addicted after just,
probably the hardcore ones.
The hardcore meth is one that I've heard you do it and you're kind of already fucked from that point.
At least I'm just going by what I've seen from Breaking Bad.
Say my name.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, yeah, sometimes they show those Jesse Pinkman moments. I'm like, oh yeah, and like he's like floating, and I'm like, but then you see all the side. No, no thanks, no thanks. No, no, those just squeezing the receptors of all your serotonin, your dopamine. You're just getting it too much, too much. But yeah, maybe she just got a little too much, where it just, and she's so intelligent that maybe it just overcame her brain, where it was like she never had that rush of serotonin so much. She never had that love. She never had that love where it just took her over. So we can chalk it up. If this was a movie or a series, they could have dragged it along where she got the first hit and was like, holy shit, and then the second hit, and then the third hit was like, oh my god, I'm addicted. They could have done that, but again, 22 minutes. So
21 actually. We're done to 21. We're done 21 now. So
they added another minute to sell you some fucking
cereal and toys. Yes.
Yeah. So they had to do that. But yeah, you're right. Like if this was like a stretched out story, it would have taken more than just one. But they had to do that, and then we could just chalk it up with. She's so intelligent, never had really.
Well, and Spellbinder even has some expositional dialogue that's like, oh no, this is so hardcore that you just, all you need is one.
Yeah.
Because all you need is love. Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, I was about to say. So, like, are you saying a Beatles song right now?
Yeah, I am. Yeah, I am. Yeah.
Love is all you need. And that's what it is. I mean, and she never had that. She never had that love. So. And so of course Batman shows up and gets her home, and this is the first time that we see. And then we get a little backstory of Max, where it's like, oh yeah, parents are divorced, mom's never home, it's mainly just her and her sister. So then we get that whole thing.
Yes, yeah.
And
then of course you think Max is good.
Yeah.
Terry calls Bruce, and then there's the twist.
She knocks him out.
Yeah.
She's like, no, fuck that. That like when Terry takes her home, and not in the bat suit, he's just Terry. And she just takes a fucking potted plant and just knocks it over his head as he's calling Bruce. And then of course she talks to Bruce, whoever this is, I love how
sorry.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, the shot of Bruce sitting at the back computer in the back cave, it's like all silhouetted and stuff. Great shot. Like that was that's like
beautiful.
It's art. Like that's art. There, it's great.
Yeah. Can't believe and then obviously Terry was just, and before that, I mean, obviously with the conversations they had before, he was like, I can't believe I got her involved with this, and then I love how Bruce said, now you sound like Batman.
Because believe me, nothing you would have done would have stopped her. And you think of every freaking Robin he's ever had.
Exactly. So, oh man. So then of course that happens, and then we get Terry like basically, okay, and this is where I think you made the joke at the beginning where he's trailing Donnie, right? Is that where we get that one line?
It's like, I want to wipe it out of his face. Yeah. Or you could just follow him and see where he goes.
It's like, yeah, better idea.
Better idea.
Yes. A better idea. But it's so funny because with this episode, there's not like a big action-y climax.
Yeah. And I think, okay, because it's not a big action-y climax, which makes our clip a little...
it's going to be shorter.
No, it makes the clip kind of hard. So
dude, when it was happening, I was going, there's a minute and a half left. I'm like, there's not really much here. I'm like, okay, I guess we can have.
And I think, okay, so I guess if we go to the clip, I mean, good, Dave, go to the tape.
I know, yeah. All right, let's cut to the clip. But yeah, I mean, I basically got it to this is where I set it up right here. Oops, wrong button. Where it's just like, okay, about to enter the lab where the stuff is, where the bubbles thing is. So we got that there. Love the shadowing.
Yeah, I'm going to say something else. I noticed this just because you know how I have an eye for the animation.
Yeah.
There was something different, a little bit more fluid. the animation for this episode, because the animation in Batman Beyond, unlike with Batman and Superman, where we would talk a lot about the A team and the B team when it came to animation studios, Batman Beyond has been like the most freaking consistent. You know, it's not always the number one grade A like we could get sometimes with Batman the Animated Series, but it's also never dropped to the depths of some of those episodes where we go, well, this looks like shit. You know, it's always just kind of remained, you know, at one level. But there was touches in this episode where animation was just a slightly more elastic, slightly more fluid. Colors were just slightly
that shot. I like that.
Yes, like that shot. Like that's cool.
What are you doing here?
It's gonna be okay.
Yeah, when you get out of my life. This is what I want to do. You have no right to stop
I
me.
don't want
You can't just live in a fantasy world.
Why not? What's so great about reality?
See?
People care about me in there.
People will
Can't
say
you just
this
have that?
today.
Yeah, today.
And if you cut the lonely victim act
You
for a
know,
second,
watch
you see this for your own
any
good.
watch any show or thing about like an MMOM, you know.
Yeah,
we get
and why
that-
couldn't you listen? Who
Well,
made you
Junior.
the pleasure police?
The pleasure police.
I know that was an interesting
You
choice of
wanted to
words.
feel
I'm not
again.
gonna lie there.
There's that thing, huh?
Yeah.
Gotta get back.
Don't kill him, okay?
Don't kill him,
He
okay?
won't come back. I'm sure of it.
This is none of your concern. Go on, your dream world awaits.
Come on, you're doing well. Ah.
Okay, so this is weird. Like he zaps him, and we get all these flashes
Yeah,
from Harry's
all these
life,
past episodes.
and I'm just like, and then she just goes swinging around the chandelier, and like, and it's over. Like,
Yeah.
how did this
Yeah,
episode just
that's
like
it.
end?
And
Like,
now
that's
the
it.
doctors have studied Spellbinder's VR
Spellbinder's
technology.
defeated.
They're successfully
I
treating
had a
these
massive problem with the way this
psychologists
episode
remaining
just
Yeah.
I
like
can say it already.
ended.
I almost got
It's
us
almost
both
like they
killed 'cause
didn't
I
know
wanted to
how
find out.
to fully
worked
end
out
it.
okay.
You know?
Yeah.
I just wanted to be
okay.
a part of something.
Well,
So it's like they
congratulations,
didn't
'cause
know
you're part of it
how
now.
to end the
But we'll take it a little
episode,
slower from
or as we joke about the 21 minutes, they basically went, "Fuck, we're out of time." Like,
Yeah.
it's
We're establishing so much story. We can't just have this crazy, final battle thing.
battle
So-
thing. So it's just,
Yeah.
oh, okay. She swings in. How did she like miraculously like cure herself? Like, it's just
I think
nope.
I think that's what it was the fact that she came to the realization of like, okay, yeah, because she's so smart, and that's what they try to emphasize. So it's like, oh, I can't do this. He's gonna, there's no way that he's gonna let him live and blah
I
blah.
don't know.
blah.
It just was so uncomfortably rushed at the end.
Yeah, well,
like,
it felt like it was. It was just that's why I was going. I was still writing notes, and I'm going, holy shit! There's a minute and a half left. What the fuck? I'm like, there's no like, oh yeah, there is no like actiony final little battle.
there's
here.
no DC Fan-imated clip because
That's true.
because once again, our clips have historically been
Action.
the big battle at the end, because there's
Yeah.
no point of us talking about it because we're just gonna
Yeah.
watch the action.
But it really was just she turns back on the machine, and Terry's on the ground, and then she just swoops around, kicks him into the control panels. He gets zapped. That's it. That's all it was. Yeah, interesting.
and I hate it because up to that point I'm really enjoying the episode, and
Yeah.
it just leaves a bad taste in my mouth. How it
Yeah,
just
like now, yeah, we didn't get our fix. Oh, we didn't get our fix. Oh, see, look at this. Maybe that's what the episode was about. You didn't get your fucking fix.
we got animation blue balls.
That's what it is. We're aching right now. Holy crap. Well, maybe next week we'll get that.
Rats.
We will. When it comes to that's right. We're
watching that episode.
Rats.
You ruined that last week, so
Yes, I did burn that last week. I did. Yes, that is, and I think we're probably gonna. I think we're gonna probably get a pretty good clip on that next week, most likely. But yes, that is hooked up. Hooked Up? Yes.
Hooked Up, yes.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man, something my brain was like hooked in because it just seems like that would be a better title. Anyways, that was Hooked Up. Like I said, decent. It's a good episode. Spellbinder back and Max, growing as a character. We get a little bit more backstory. She's a little bit more involved into the Bat family, which is good, which we love to see. But then, yeah, like you said, you nailed it. That the fact that back in 1999, it was representing one thing, but you could watch it in 2025 and be like, holy shit, this is representing this thing right here. So
Still addiction.
yes.
But it goes from being a drug addiction metaphor to, oh no, this is an actual addiction that we experience now. It's crazy.
It's absolutely crazy, but yeah. So there we go. But yeah, next
And
week,
you can't ask me. So what are we watching next week?
I know. Rats. We're watching Rats next week, and if you look at your HBO Max, you could see the thumbnail, and the thumbnail fits the title. Very much so. So that'll be a fun one to talk about for sure. So thank you guys, of course, for spending some time with us today, talking about Hooked Up, and hopefully you guys had a good time. And what do you got to promote, Scott?
A lot of things, actually. So, of course, you can follow me on X at ScottDC27, on Vero at Scott McClellan, and on Letterboxd at Scott McClellan, Scott DC27. I am, after my son's football game tomorrow night, I am going to a late showing of The Long Walk. Really looking forward to that. I'm a big Stephen King fan, as we've discussed. I am also a giant fan of Francis Lawrence's filmography. So he's the director. Are you familiar with Francis Lawrence?
Yes, he did. Did he do Shawshank?
No, that's a Frank Darabont.
He did Constantine.
That was his first movie.
Yes,
Constantine was his first movie.
That's what it was.
And then he did
Shawshank. Yeah.
And then, except for the first one, he's done every other Hunger Games movie.
That's right. Great movies. Yes.
Yeah, and he also did Red Sparrow because Jennifer Lawrence specifically wanted him to do that project.
Red Sparrow. Ooh, man, that movie was really good.
Yeah, I need to rewatch it because that was one where the screenplay adaptation was disappointing because the novel was so good. But now I need to go back and just watch the movie as the movie, kind of thing. But I'm looking forward to that. I have my own long walk because I am trying to finish the book before I see the movie. I have 150 pages left.
Oh,
I can do it.
Yeah, you can do it. You can do it in the morning. Yeah. You're a fast reader. You can do it in the morning.
I know, but I have work, damn it.
I know, fucking work.
I know, but yeah, I got 150 pages. So, but yeah, I plan on finishing the long walk before seeing the movie. And then Friday night, I'm taking my wife and we're going on a date and we're going to go see Downton Abbey, the grand finale. So
that's all you. I'm
I don't care. Haters gonna hate. I love Downton Abbey.
No, but the thing is, the fact that how many movies have there been? How many seasons have there been?
6 seasons and now 3 movies.
See, it's popular. I get it that it's popular. It's not for me, but I'm not going to make fun of anybody who likes it. So it's just not even like tonight when I was talking about the reviews. I'm like, oh yeah, we're getting the Downton Abbey. I'm like, that's not me. I'm not even going to read any reviews of that. I'm like, that's for people. That's popular. Whatever. Good for you.
But you can check out those reviews on my Letterboxd, and of course, I'll share them on my various social media accounts. But also, before we went live, I recorded another episode of the 602 Club with Matt Rushing. And so make sure that you're subscribed to the 602 Club or check out my social media feeds because he had me on to discuss Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. So it was a really, really good discussion. So I hope you guys check that out when that episode drops. Once again, you can do that by subscribing to the 602 Club or follow Matt Rushing at Matt Rushing at Vero X, Facebook, all those places. So yeah, so like I said, you got A Long Walk, you got Downton Abbey reviews coming from me, and you've got that discussion on Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. So like I said, lots coming out. I'm also maybe gonna do. I have bought so many movies have come out in 4K in like the past couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Even today, blast from the past for you, Dave.
Nice.
I got a 4K deluxe box set from Vinegar Syndrome of the Prophecy trilogy with Christopher Walken.
Wow. How many movies was that?
3.
It was a trilogy. That's right.
Yeah, there was one released in theaters. The other 2 were like direct to video.
Yes,
direct to video. Yeah. But that first movie is
good.
like classic 90s B movie horror. And I don't care how bad it is.
Yeah.
I love it so much. I mean, I posted a picture of the box set. As you go to my X feed or Vero, it's a beautiful box set. Vinegar Syndrome does great packaging. And there's that one line, and you just have to do it in the Walken voice. It's like, I'm an angel. I kill firstborns as the mother's watch. I turn cities into salt. I even, when I feel like it, suck the souls out of little girls. And the one thing you know is that from here to kingdom come is that you're never going to understand why.
Why? Yeah.
Why?
Love it. God damn, I have to rewatch that first one again.
It's on Tubi. The first one's on Tubi.
Okay, it's on Tubi. Interesting. Okay, all right. I'll seek it out. Yeah, because that's like I said, I don't remember if I watched the second or third one, but I definitely watched that first one a few times back when it was hovering around whatever fucking movie channel or whatever the hell. But yeah, that would
have been like a Cinemax special or something.
Yeah, probably something like that. But anything else?
That's it. You know, just movies. You know, you might be the film junkie, but I'm not sure what I am. Like,
the physical media junkie? I don't know.
Oh no, it's bad. It's really bad.
Yeah, you're the physical media junkie. Yeah, you definitely So
props.
You do have props. You do have things. You reach for things. You have things at your disposal.
There's one thing I wish I could reach for, but it's really kind of big right now. It's right over here. But it came out actually when we pre-recorded last week's episode. Yeah. My McFarlane Battinson Batmobile came in.
Ooh,
yeah. I now have officially from McFarlane. I have all the. Well, I take the back. I'm still waiting on. As soon as I get the BVS Batmobile.
That's right. The one that they were running that campaign, right?
The campaign, right? Yeah. I need to receive that. Once I receive that BVS Batmobile, then I have all of my preferred bat vehicles by McFarlane.
Wow. Yeah. And you already have the Battinson one unboxed?
It's not unboxed. It's actually the box is sitting right here. So
are you going to be available for the vodka stream on Friday? Maybe we should do the boxing. Yeah. We can always try to. I don't know. We could do something. I don't know. Or you could already have it and just have it unboxed.
I mean, it's McFarlane. You just open the box and it's
it's not like the Dark Side statue.
No, nothing is like the Dark Side statue.
Like that. Where you were sweating your ass off getting a workout with that heavy fucking.
It was 53 pounds, man.
53 pounds. That was hilarious. God, I still love that because I surprised you with Zach and Debbie.
I know. And Debbie gave me shit and I loved it.
Yes,
it's just like, okay, Debbie, I see the way you play. Okay.
That was good. I remember I planned, I was like, oh man. And I remember sending Zach that. I'm like, okay. And then he goes, yeah, I'll try to make it. I was like, all right, not telling Scott. I'm going to surprise him. Yeah, you guys should go back on that. When Scott on the vodka stream was unboxing, and we were like, he was center square, and we were watching him doing the unboxing. I mean, had him full screen and everything, and then Zach showed up, and it was like perfect. He had no idea, and I'm like,
no, but as soon as you said a special guest is here, I was just like,
but we also had Ray Porter.
We had Ray Porter, like the voice of Dark Side.
Yeah.
two people who don't have a statue.
Yeah, that's what was that we were kept that running joke of like, how the fuck did they not have one of those statues? So good times, but yeah, Friday maybe we'll get a little look at.
I can hold
Batmobile.
once I get out of the box. The
Yeah,
other thing
you
with these
can hold it.
McFarlanes is that they are light as hell. Like
Yeah.
there's nothing to them. You
No,
know?
there really isn't. There really isn't. So yeah, tune into the Vodka stream if you want to see that, of course, if things don't change, of course, with schedules and everything. But so yeah, guys, we appreciate you. Hit that like, thumbs up. Look forward to both of our reviews of the long walk that we'll be, of course, watching. I'm so glad that I'm getting my dad back down the hill because it's been over a month since Naked Gun. He was like, "What's the next movie?" And I'm like, "I don't know if you want to see these ones." And he didn't, but he wanted to see this one, and I knew he would. I was like, all right, cool. So yeah, looking forward to that. And then, of course, we'll be talking Peacemaker, episode 4 of this season 2. And then
that means I need to watch. I haven't watched a single episode of season 2 yet.
Yeah, I mean, it's intriguing. There's some things where it's just like, what the fuck?
I know, and there's spoilers all over. I can't avoid the spoilers.
You
so
can't.
no.
But I mean, but it's even with the spoilers, you just watch, you go, Jesus Christ. I mean, just with some of the last episode is my favorite episode of this season, and it's just shit that goes down. I'm like, God damn, you guys fucking went all out right here. I mean, good Lord. But
I'll make sure since you're guaranteed to be talking about that, I'll have to definitely find some time to squeeze that in.
Yeah, for sure. But all right, guys. We'll see you guys Friday, and we'll see you guys next week. If you're just going to be tuning into this, as we talk about rats. And hit that like, thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. We love you, and we will talk to you later.